The style, the boys, the parties. It's all on Cosmolicious, your guide to living the total Cosmo life. Cosmo Radio, Sirius 111 and XM 162.
Hello, girls. I have not quite yet gotten funky with it on this Monday, so soon, I'm just stretching for later. It is Cosmolicious with me, Diana. Woo! I had lots of coffee, but I switched to decaf tea, so I wouldn't overwhelm you with the energy. We are on Cosmo Radio on Sirius 111, XM 162. I am very excited because here at Cosmo, we get to try out a lot of really awesome products. And I was lucky enough to try out Polaris Cosmetics. And I have to say, I use it every day. I use the blush, I use the eyeshadow, I use the lip gloss. I love it. They have great colors and they can really match your skin just by letting them know via their website what's up. And we have Cristina Romeo, owner and creative director of Polaris Cosmetics, with us today. Hi, Cristina.
Hi, Diana.
How are you?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay.
You know what? I'm nervous every day.
Yeah.
In general. So about life. So it's all good. It's all good. But I have to say that I do try out a lot of products, and I have to say sometimes I'm like, oh, they're all right. They're okay. But I actually use your products every day.
Really?
I do. I'm not just BSing you.
That's very nice. I appreciate that. I'm very proud of it. I've worked very hard at it.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask you about the new makeup collection called Quiet Innocence, because, I don't know anybody who's innocent these days. So what kind of look does it give us so that we can plead not guilty and actually win?
Exactly. I mean, the basic, line about it is the difference between a good girl and a bad girl is that a good girl knows when to keep quiet. So it's kind of, a play, it's just being smarter than the whole thing. That's basically the idea.
Right.
It's an empowerment for women, not, negating women's power.
Exactly. So what kind of colors are in that collection, and what can people expect from Quiet Innocence?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's, neutral matte eyeshadows. And then pouty lips, with their light pouty lips. They're lovely. And the lashes are real pronounced with a lot of liner.
Okay.
And the focus is really the blush. It's like when you get around a new guy that you really like, and he embarrasses you a little bit because you're kind of nervous.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend does that to me all the time.
Oh, see, and you get that flush to your cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's the kind of concept. So it's sexy, but it's innocent. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I think basically more it's fresh than anything.
See, I like that coming into spring because I get sick of that heavy bronzer look when girls go for beige eyes, and then they have this orange Oompa Loompa bronze going, and then this weird muted lip, and I'm like, what planet did you just come from? Willy Wonka factory?
Yeah. Well, usually, I'm a big advocate of matte bronzers as opposed to the shiny orange bronzers. You can get that kind of subtle where it looks realistic with more of a matte bronzer and not all that high shine.
Right. But with the Quiet Innocence, like you were saying, I love that look. That's a look that I try to go for every day. Like you said, the eyes pronounced. So we're talking are grays? I was going to ask you about grays because grays are hard eyeshadows to wear, right? Don't they kind of make you look tired sometimes, the way the light reflects it?
Well, that's a valid point. But the thing is if you're doing all your classic colors that relate to your body, you know what I mean? Your neutral tones, and you throw a little gray on there, it's really very beautiful because gray is the perfect neutral. It's not black, it's not white. It really kind of goes with everything. It gives a great smoky without being too heavy.
Yeah.
But it's the way you manipulate it. And that takes time and talent, so it's best to keep it clean.
Okay, because I was going to ask, so the way to apply gray would probably be in the crease or the outer corner, but not to do an entire lid of gray.
Well, unless you're bold and you got a place to go, then you can wear that.
Right, but Christine, I wouldn't want to be wearing that to work because people would be like, okay.
Oh, no, not for you. You look beautiful just the way you're doing your makeup. It's perfect.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's perfect. And that's the thing. And I really encourage women to go to their local makeup studio and talk to an artist. And I don't want to, put down salespeople in malls, but really if you go to a personal person that's going to pick colors that really are for you. They're not trying to make a sale. They're trying to find what's perfect for you.
Yeah.
And each season they can add something to that to enhance you, but keeping your classics real,
Right. No, see, that's important. So even with the trends, you can incorporate the trends, but like you said, keep the basics to what really suits you and maybe throw in a pop of something that's trendy.
Precisely.
And I was going to ask Christina, too, because I've been seeing this new look, and Kim Kardashian's doing it, and a lot of celebrities are, and it's like the really pronounced white lid and white underneath I guess it's the highlight under the brow, and then just like pale lavenders, the little bit in the crease. And I thought when you did the white on the eyelid, it looked like Belmar stripper.
Well, again, if it's too bright, I mean, if you're using somebody's skin tone who's like, Latin American or like me, Italian.
Yay, Italian girl.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I've got golden and olive undertones. So if you're going to put a bright white on me, it's going to be so far removed from my skin tone, it's going to look garish. You know what I mean? So you got to find the light that's appropriate for your skin tone. Mine might have to have a little yellow in it or a little pink in it to make it not so harsh.
Now, I was going to ask, too, I've been seeing people lining the entire eye. Is that going to close your eye or make it bigger? Because I'm confused. I've heard so many people say, if you want to open your eye, line the inside of the lower eyelid and it will pop your eye open. But when I do it, I have almond-shaped eyes, and I know a lot of girls that have smaller eyes get like lost in the eyeliner.
Oh, you're absolutely right. But again, it's, the right thing for the right person.
Mm-hmm.
If you have bigger eyes with large, almost, you want to bring them down. But if you have an almond-shaped eye, and a liner on the outside is really the most effective and most beautiful.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So for almond-shaped eyes, never do the liner inside the lid. Always do it outside.
Preferably, but I'm not a person who says never.
Okay.
I think there's always a way, depending on the size and shape of your almond-shaped eye. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I don't like to block people in, because if you learn how to do it effectively, you can get the look even so. You know what I mean?
Okay. But with the upper eyelid should always be lined no matter what.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the most beautiful, unless you're doing like a real fresh look with a lot of lashes. Like if I laid a lot of individual lashes on you with a really thin eyeliner, it would open your eye tremendously and without any work with any shading or color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always try to think, I'm like, maybe I'll go eyelinerless today, and then it never looks is good. It just, I don't know. It just looks like I didn't do my makeup and I look like I fall apart by 5 o'clock.
Well, that's just because we get used to seeing ourselves in a certain way. Mm-hmm. But if I, dropped a bunch of individual lashes, and I'm not talking permanent, just, for a day, and just added that fluff, which adds the base to the lash base, and popped your eye out, because it looks like an eyeliner, but it's very subtle. It's very beautiful.
So can women do the individual lashes themselves every day during the day, or is that too much, you think, for an everyday 9-to-5 job?
I think that's too much for a 9-to-5 job, unless you're tremendously skilled. But I mean, or unless you're trying to, flirt with somebody in the office, I guess. I don't know.
Right. No, that's true too.
That's a lot of work.
I was going to ask you too. You are like the eyebrow queen.
Oh, thank you.
How do you actually, what's the best way to shape? Is it tweezing? Is it waxing? Because I've heard a lot of debates. I know that our producer, Megan, she does threading. What is the best way for women to take care of their eyebrows? Because I've heard that waxing pulls the skin a lot and can cause, early wrinkling of the eye. What is the proper way to take care of the brows?
Well, I'm an old school girl who believes in tweezing.
Okay.
That's where my school, that's what I taught, and I was taught, and that's what I do, and that's what I train. I find it's the most accurate, the most precise, the most detailed. You're not getting a cookie cutter eyebrow. I'm designing my eyebrows specifically not only for your face and your eye shape, but your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So there's a real thought process. It's a design. I find that waxing is effective for some people because it's quick and easy for them. But I don't find it the most beautiful eyebrow generally.
Right.
It looks waxed to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It looks that sharp edges, and I never find that the design really is complimentary of that person. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely an advocate of that, and I don't know enough about threading to say anything about it. Some people like it. I just know it's not licensed, so we can't do it in my locations.
Oh, really? I didn't even I didn't know that threading had to be licensed.
Well, it's kind of in the business controversy right now. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So it's not necessarily a mainstream thing yet.
Exactly.
I was going to ask, too, that you said about the eyebrow shape.
Mm-hmm.
Should you fight the eyebrow shape you were given, or should you go with it? Because I have like a natural arch, and I know that if I try to change my shape, it's just going to look really weird.
Well, if your eyebrow, God is brilliant, you know what I mean? So, and you're beautiful, so your eyebrows actually fall nicely into place. So if it does have a great line, definitely. I find that I spend more time with people who want to be creative with their eyebrows. You know what I mean?